Hey Super Souls, welcome to your 2024 predictions. Thank you Moon Magic people for joining me today, and I hope you are having the most amazing time building up to Christmas if you're watching this as I'm posting it, and if you're watching it later, I hope you've had an amazing Christmas. Whenever you are touching base with these readings, welcome. Now we are doing your 2024 predictions. We're going to use a different pack for each of the readings, and what I was really drawn to actually as I was preparing was to have the sun, the moon and the star to assist us in guiding in. And I also have 3 different pendulums, so I'm going to show you these in a moment for those of you that want to just tune in through those crystals. So this pack is the Light Seers pack, and this is the card of the sun. So this is pile 1, reading 1, and we're looking at your 2024 predictions. So we have the sun card for pile 1, and this is also sitting with this golden aventurine pendulum. If I show that to you, you can have a little look at that. Really beautiful energy. So that sits with pile 1. Pile 2 is the Rebel Heart Tarot deck, and this is the card of the moon. And with this particular reading, we are using a pendulum. Now this pendulum is made up of carnelian, and you can see there are carnelian pieces that have been set into a kind of a crystal resin. Okay, so we can see them in there. So this is carnelian for this pendulum, and that's pile 2. And pile 3 is the Tarot of the Divine, and we have the Star card. So this is the energy for pile 3 for your 2024 predictions. So this is the Star, and with this we also have the Rose Quartz pendulum. Okay, you see this? I show this to you. Just turn it around a little for you so you can see some of the little crystalline formations inside of it. Okay, so that is the Rose Quartz pendulum for pile 3. So, beautiful souls, I'm mega excited to be doing your readings for 2024. So, trust your intuition. If you find you're drawn to more than one, I would probably suggest going for it, because sometimes one reading will speak more of one area of life. We're going to be drawing clarifying cards and asking questions and really doing a deep dive into what we can find out about the coming year for you. But if you're drawn to more than one, it may well be worth listening, because it just may mean that there are additional messages coming through for you. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just one moment. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. We are looking at your predictions for 2024. I am so excited. So let's just draw oracle cards for you. Your first card is the sun. You have the golden or yellow aventurine pendulum. Let's see what we are shown for pile 1, please. May we have guidance and information about 2024 predictions for 2024 for my lovely pile 1, please. 2024 predictions. Okay, I'm going to go with those 3 to start with. Then we are looking at this one. 2024 predictions, please. Okay, I'm going to leave it just there right now and see what we have. Now, your first card that showed itself is Stormfields. How interesting, the checker pattern here. The pathway to the house. Then we have Golden Palace. Wow. Okay. And then we have Ride the Wave. Okay. So first off, what I'm seeing here, my pile 1, is I feel like you're leaving a year. The language that is coming through here is like a checkered past. Now, I'm not suggesting that you have a checkered past, but I feel that you're leaving something behind. Something, maybe 2023 has been a bit of a whirlwind of a year. But yeah, keep hearing this checkered path or checkered past, as if there is something that has previously kind of, maybe it flared up again in 2023, and it may be present around you now, but I'm seeing you find, it's not just peace and harmony from something. I'm seeing you rising, getting to, it's like getting to an end goal in some way, shape or form. Some of you, I think, may move house. Okay, I think you may relocate. That's really clear to me here. I think you'll rise in your career. Definitely career-wise, definitely work-wise. Some of you may become quite visible, actually. You may well also, some of you, be working in partnership. Yeah, relocation. These are the things that are coming through for me, pile 1, for 2024 predictions. I think moving house, a relocation, leaving something, definitely leaving something behind that left you connected to your past. And definitely rising, being seen, being able to be visible. I think you'll probably find your calling as well, because we have the card of service and we have the card of expansion here. Yeah, you're definitely going to be rising, you're going to be seen. Okay, this is a pretty exciting year for you, my beautiful souls. Let's draw more cards before we dive into your tarot pack. Let's just draw a ton more oracle cards. Let's see if we can get a spirit animal guide for you. We have giraffe, heart. The energy in your reading is amazing, my beautiful pile 1. Let me bring this up to here. Absolutely amazing. I just think something is going to take off. It connects to your calling, it connects to your purpose, but look at the expansion. I mean, this is a year of expansion for you, there's no question of it. Whatever your current pathway or whatever your dreams, your aspirations in terms of your calling, your purpose, your career pathway, very specifically that's coming through first. I will perhaps draw additional cards for other areas of life, but this feels as though it's very calling and not relationship, very calling and well, yeah, relationship with the divine, relationship with yourself, your calling, your purpose, your career pathway, moving house, your finances improving, everything expanding, rising to glory in some way, shape or form, being seen, being visible. Okay, we then have, as you did in the past, your home base or your family, do what makes you feel secure. So 4th house, your support, your home base or family. How interesting. We have an acorn in the middle here. I almost feel like you're going to build something here. Some of you could literally build your own house, but I feel there's something about building yourself up after something. 2023, big stuff going on. 2024, I'm seeing you expand. I'm seeing you move away from some element of your past, something that's been a bit of a whirlwind or a bit stormy. It's like that saying, when somebody is a self-made man, obviously self-made person, this is non-gender specific. I'm just seeing you expand. I'm seeing you being visible. I'm seeing you, I almost feel like it's like with the Golden Palace. I feel like almost whatever you touch, it's that sort of what we call the Midas touch, where whatever you touch, it's going to rocket, it's going to grow, it's going to expand. This is a very powerful year for you, Pile 1. What makes you feel secure? Support, your family, your home base, your home here, the Golden Palace. I'm hearing that saying, I think is it charity starts at home? I feel you're going to be in a place where you can be very generous, very benevolent if you wish to be. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to draw another of those. I'm going to draw some tea leaves for you. Let's just cut your tea leaves and see what we're shown. Okay, we have hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. We have coins. Money will be coming to you. We have wishbone, a wish is granted. We have camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. And we have star, guaranteed success. Wow. Okay. Okay, Pile 1. Right, I am seeing genuinely a really good year ahead for you. A really good year ahead. I do see you building, maybe even rebuilding after a calamity or a crisis or something that was a big deal. I see you not just rebuilding, but rebuilding and shining. Literally money coming to you because you have that Midas touch. I feel this is a very fruitful, abundant, productive year for you. Curiously enough, I don't think you're going to have to, I wanted to say work. Gosh, how do I phrase this correctly? Of course, you know, we all work for things, but it doesn't feel like it'll be a hard slog for you to get what you want, for your dreams to come to you, for your wishes. I almost feel like you're in a place where your heart is centered. Can you see here? We have the circle with the cross in the middle, which is a symbol of, in many ways, of infinity. And right in this card, right in the center of this, it's like a medicine wheel. We have an acorn, which is a symbol of fertility. It's like something is going to grow this year. You're going to grow. Everything you touch is going to grow. You're definitely leaving behind some things that haven't been working for you, or you're leaving behind a period that felt like everything was hard work, and moving into a place of abundance and productivity. I think partly because you're in alignment with your calling and your purpose. You've come to understand the true nature of service. Your world is expanding in visibility, in wishes, in dreams. Any difficulties that you may currently be experiencing, if you persevere, they will be resolved. There is no question of it. We are truly seeing a year of genuine climbing to the heights or soaring to the heights. Even with giraffes, they have a really long neck. They have a higher vision. I think a lot of things click into place for you. An awful lot of things click into place that you have already worked at. This feels very multifaceted in terms of lots of different areas of life clicking into place. Let's draw clarifying cards. Let's ask initially about, service, vocation, calling. Maybe we ask for Pile 1 for information about service, vocation, calling. Okay, we have the Two of Swords, we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Four of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. Okay, So 2024, in terms of your calling and your purpose, you may start the year not really being very sure if you're on track, okay? But very quickly, very quickly, I think you're going to find your direction. It will become very clear to you. You're going to connect with something that feels as though you just love it. It feels right. It's the right fit for you with the Ten of Cups. Now, it's going to have to be nurtured with the Four of Swords. But I think it will, what I would call sort of gently, organically emerge. That's what I'm seeing. And as we move through 2024, you're going to reach a point where you are seriously on top of your game. That's what I want to say. Seriously on top of your game. You're just going to know that you're on track. Let's place that here. Move them along a little, yeah. You are really going to know that you're going to be seriously on track by the end of the year, and almost with ease. No wonder we drew the Sun for you, and I was drawn to the Sun card for your reading. Let's continue and ask about work. You know, this is your calling, but let's ask about work. Is this connected to work, or is your calling something different? May we have information for pile 1 about work, about finances and career for them, please, for 2024. Now, the first card you drew was Change, 2 of Pentacles. We then have the Aeon, Judgment. We have the 8 of Cups. We have the Hermit. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the 4 of Cups and the King of Wands. Again, really interesting. What I'm seeing is at the beginning of the year of 2024, it's like you're finding your way. Making decisions, making choices, finding your way, probably for the first quarter of the year. So January, February, March, I think the first 3 months, January, February, March, I think we're looking at you making choices and decisions, coming to conclusions, seeing things with clarity. The giraffe, being able to have your head high and look around at the possibilities. And I think that within the first 3 months, you're kind of going to connect your career with your calling with the Hermit card. Around perhaps March, April time, I would say, your career and your calling path, it's as if they come together. So you could even be training in something at this point in time with a view that it might become your career or your calling, but at the moment you're still doing something else. I feel there's a continual assessment and then a kind of a walking away from something where you embrace your calling as your career pathway. And it flourishes. It's like a lotus flower opening. It flourishes, it starts to blossom. It starts to manifest. It needs nurturing, but it's going to open up. It's like we're moving from the energy here of the Page to the King. If we think of the Page as having what I would call like an adolescent kind of energy, and then the King is on the top of his game, we're leaping from the Page to the King, and then we have a Knight here, the Knight of Wands. So this is like if you think of a flower, a lotus flower opening, it's like in its closed petals, and then suddenly it opens a little bit, and it's gradual, and then suddenly poof, it just opens, it takes off, it rockets. Guaranteed success. So I do think there is, for the first probably 3 months of the year, my pile 1, a time when you're debating, weighing things up, investing in training in something, persevering with something. If you're working on something already, persevering with it, keeping it going, nurturing it, but holding that higher vision. I would say around March, April time, I think things are going to rocket for you. They're going to expand, and this is the point where you really see the results of the energy that you've been investing. And for some of you, if you have not yet found your calling, this is when it kind of clicks into place, your purpose. And I think it will rocket, and I think it will rocket fast. This is where there is a sudden growth, a sudden exponential growth, and you step into this space of phenomenal possibility. Okay, now this feels very much as though this is career calling, and I'm seeing you get to the top of your game. Could we please have an indication of how we are looking by the end of this year, or the latter part of the year, please, for my beautiful pile one? Can we please inquire about the latter part of the year? Oh my goodness me, King of Wands twice. I feel like you become the, well, this is like leadership, isn't it? It's heading something up. Yeah, you're rising. You're rising, and you're moving, career pathway, calling. This is an amazing year for you. You're rising, you're being seen, you're taking charge, leadership. It's like becoming the CEO of a company when you've started working much lower down, and then suddenly it just all rockets, and what your qualities are seen, and exponentially you have this rocket up to the top. If you're doing something yourself, a creative project with the sun energy, there is a point at which it rockets, and you really are sitting at the top of your game in a really big way. This is what we are seeing. I just think the latter part of the year, you're almost like, I want to say plain sailing is really what's coming through here. Yeah, look at this, Knight of Wands as well. I mean, this is such a card of celebration. So much energy. This is fab, my beautiful pile one. This is fab. Absolutely loving your reading. Now, I'd like to move to a different area of your world, actually. I'd just like to have a touching in on, so this is work, career, calling, purpose. Let's move these cards, okay, and dive into kind of relationships, home, family, that kind of area of your world. We'll put these cards away because we'll use them again. This is, I do think your calling and your purpose are a very exciting part of this reading. Really, really exciting part of this reading. Let's put all your cards back in and give them a really good shuffle. Let's dive in and ask about home, family, relationships. Okay, we'll leave these just here. Here we go, scattering everything, but that's cool. Okay, so let us ask now, may we please inquire for pile one about their personal relationships, please. Personal relationships for 2024, their home life, their family life, the other side of the world, of their personal world. We've done calling, we've looked at career pathways, which looks amazing, but let's look at your pathway at home. Home, family, love, connections, friendships, all of those things. Can we please see what we are shown for 2024 for pile one, please? May we have information for pile one for 2024. Home, family, relationships, love, all of that personal side of the world for my beautiful, I'm actually seeing this one coming through, and this one too. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so we have the Hierophant. This is your first card. We have the Two of Swords. We have the Hermit. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the card of Justice, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Eight of Swords. How interesting. Home, family. Now, I did say I think some of you might be moving home, moving house. And I think that's actually really what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing you outgrowing situations here. The Hierophant, we've got this, a commitment to your pathway. See, I think this is your calling again. and of you rising. With the Hermit again, I'm seeing you rise here. I suspect that areas of your life that you would have almost, I sort of want to say tolerated, in terms of your home world, your personal world. I think things that you would have almost just accepted, that that's how it is. Like you'd never move to a bigger apartment, or you might be saying to yourself, well, I would never have, you know, I don't know, emigrated, or well, I'm not saying you would emigrate, but there's stuff that you're going to be, because you're rising, I think different things are going to be opening up for you. Stuff that you would not have previously thought that you could attain. This is what I'm seeing. A lot of new beginnings, a lot of weighing up. It's like the possibilities within your home life are significant because of your career pathway and your calling opening up in such a seriously successful way. Now this is an interesting one because it puts you into a position where I feel like you will have a lot. And that of course means that you can do things like move house. You can do stuff that improves your personal world. What I do see is that firstly, that you can achieve or have way more in your personal life than you actually thought you could have before. I'm also seeing that it causes you to weigh things up. There's going to be a lot of decisions around what you want and almost like working out what shape you want your life to be, because you have the resources to back you up and make it possible. That's what I'm kind of seeing. So significant choices here. I'm curious about the Eight of Swords. I want to know what this is about. Are we seeing a difficulty in making decisions here? A reluctance to make decisions? Could we ask for clarification on the Eight of Swords, please? For my pile one. May we have clarification, please? For my pile one, what is the Eight of Swords about? Okay. So we have the Magician showing itself here. Alchemy, transformation. We have the Prince of Pentacles. Okay. We have the Princess of Cups, swimming with the dolphins. We have the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands. Ah, okay. Right. I think in your home life, because of your success in your professional life, or your working life, your career, your pathway, your calling, in a way, I think your lifestyle and those your nearest and dearest can really significantly change. What I do, and I'm seeing that, I mean, literally, it's kind of like you really can take those amazing vacations, go swim with the dolphins. But I think that there will be some people around you who are very competitive around you in your personal life. You're going to experience some competitiveness, some envy, because you're doing so well. That's what I'm seeing here. Because your world is growing, it's expanding. And that is what I'm seeing here, pile one. And to be fair, this happens, doesn't it? I think if one person exponentially grows, the other person, you know, a friend, may, even if they really want you to be successful, there could be a lot of underlying envy. And I think for you, there's going to be some significant choices made. Not just around your actual circumstances, which you will, I think, be able to finance actually, or things just fall into place, or you'll move to the right location, however that works. I think that stuff just comes together for you. But what I do think is there's another element of your personal life that is going to be, yeah, more, it's not challenging as such, because what you're doing is amazing. But I do think there will be people who have a yeah, just purely, it's about envy. Let's look at what else we're shown. I think that is what we've got with the Eight of Swords. People who would like you to either stay as you are, or they're very jealous and envious of what you have because of your achievements. May we please inquire a bit more about the year of 2024, home, family. And even this situation, perhaps, please. Yes, judgment. We've got justice and judgment. The Empress. This is fertility. 10 of Wands. How interesting. You're really, really going to, I think, in your personal world, be making a huge amount of choices and decisions, kind of because you can, okay? Simply because you can. But isn't it interesting, you know, when we do suddenly get something that we wanted, or we've worked really solidly hard and it takes off, and we have sort of like everything we want, or we have the potential to have everything we want, but then we've got to make loads of difficult choices and decisions. Justice shows up again. 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Justice card, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So, I think you're probably going to be in a very, very interesting place of evaluation and assessment. It's almost like the more you succeed in your calling, your purpose, and your working world, the more it will call for evaluation and assessment in your personal world as well. That is what I'm seeing happening here. Very interesting, as I picked up this pack, I knocked the tea leaves and this card came out and showed itself. Mountain Road. You're on the road to success. This is really true. I think this is truly for you a year of success in a really big way. I think what we're seeing here is the need to become discerning. If you think about it, if you're mega, mega, mega successful, particularly if for some reason some of you become really visible, I mean, I kind of think that people who are quite famous, you know, they don't just live in, you know, big private houses, you know, because they have a ton of money. Actually, in many ways, they probably live in private houses, not necessarily big, because they require the privacy, because suddenly they're visible and everyone wants to know every little detail about their lives, and that's not easy. So I feel what you're handling here in your personal life is the outcome of success. Actually, this is what we're being shown, and I think there's going to be an awful lot of assessment, evaluation, discernment, making decisions, working out who is going to stay in your life and who isn't, or kind of how close you want to keep certain people or not. That's the kind of stuff I'm seeing here. It's like your personal world changes in light of your success, your financial success, your working success, your spiritual calling success. And that is what I'm seeing. Naturally, of course, it changes, because if you're doing mega, mega well, you have the means to change your personal world, but that does have an impact on all of the people that you come into contact with. I'm really seeing you climb. There's so much evidence here of you climbing. Let's draw from the tarot pack again, the Light Seers Tarot, and just see if we can see a little bit of information about kind of how this works out, or a sneaky peek into the future. Oh wow, Ace of Cups. Well, how beautiful. So Ace of Cups has shown up. We have the Two of Wands. You really can this year of 2024. Oh, look at this. We have the Devil. And you know, I didn't see that. How interesting. I didn't see it hidden there. It came out. Right. Yeah, you are going to, I feel this will be a year of exponential growth. And as a consequence, it's going to change the shape of your future. I think you will leave much behind, actually, in terms of circumstances. Yeah, look at that, 10 of Swords, walking away. But I always think with this card, it's a walking to, wholeheartedly. But wow, you're going to love it. really, I feel that for me, this is a year of success and discernment. That is what I would call your reading, pile 1. Success and discernment. May we please have some more guidance, some more information, or anything we need to see about the personal world of my beautiful pile 1. I do feel that is there for you. We have the moon. I'm hearing to the moon and back. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, to the moon and back. Yes. Knight of Swords. I think the energy around you with the Knight of Swords and the moon, I just think your world is really going to transform because of the nature of, I will say, extreme success. It's a lot to handle, success, actually. But my goodness me, you can go for it. There'll be some big decisions to make in light of your circumstances. That's what I'm seeing here. Literally, I think you transform your future. Yeah. We have the 10 of Wands. I think things that have burdened you before, you walk away from. There's a lot of completions, a lot of moving, a lot of shifting, maybe house moving. I find myself wanting to go right back to my original cards here. I'm going to have to move these gently to see if I can pull these out. But do you remember when we started the storm fields? I kind of said I feel that you'll be exponentially growing, moving from somewhere, moving house potentially. I mean, it really feels like a rags to riches. Leaving behind poverty. Moving to a new future. Well, pile 1, I'm just going to say, I feel this is your reading. I think your predictions for 2024 are predicting huge, huge, huge exponential success. And what I want to say is the consequences of that success, because we have to then make choices and decisions. I mean, if you're living in this house and then you move to this one, then actually, and why shouldn't you? There's quite a lot of shifting and changing, potential jealousy around as well, but of maybe people in your personal world. But it's magic. It's really, really magic. May we please see if we're shown anything else, maybe a sneaky peek into the world that pile 1 are achieving or creating, and what happens when they do kind of do their discerning bit and walk away. May we have information and where this is likely to be in the future, or a little glimpse into the future here of my beautiful pile 1s. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords. May we have a glimpse into the future. The Tower. And the 9 of Cups. Wow. I think what you're going to find in the future, my lovely pile 1s, is that all that worry was unnecessary. Okay? All that worry, I think you will possibly worry an awful lot along the way about who you are remaining connected with, who you're not, where you're going with this. And I really want to say to you, don't burden yourself. Your world is radically changing because it can, and I think the root of this is success. It's actually embodying success and then handling what success means in real terms. And yeah, you may honestly have days when you are first handling this where you do think, wow, this is a lot to handle. I wonder if I've made the right choices, anything for a peaceful life. But honestly, you're going to sort of you're going to learn to wear that coat, and it's so going to suit you. It is so going to suit you. So yeah, your road, your pathway, your year of 2024 has a massive emphasis on success, on material success, on abundance, but aligned with your calling. And what I see is, in your home world, your personal world, massive changes that come because of that success. Pile 1, this is your reading. it just looks to be a year of exponential growth for you. It really, really does, with the reality of that as well. But I am seeing you come through this with flying colours. So my pile one, I am sending you all the love in the world. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to get my videos as soon as I upload them and you want them coming into your stream. Beautiful souls, I am so honoured to read for you. Thank you for being here and sending you all the love in the world for 2024. It feels like, yeah, it's phenomenal, because it's almost like everything you could have wanted. And then what on earth do you do with the success? But that's part of the journey. It's part of the growth. And in all honesty, what I'm seeing is you take an absolute ownership of it. Maybe there's some lessons here in relationship to the way other people see you, or the way other people want from you if you're doing well. But either way, I am seeing you reach this point of sheer abundance. Look at the chest, the treasure chest that she's actually jumping out of. Can you see that? I mean, it's like literally sheer abundance. So, absolutely magical, beautiful pile one. Congratulations on your forthcoming success. Tons and tons of love. I will put all the links to anything and everything that I do. If you're interested in manifesting with the moon, to connect to my diary and my journal and all the stuff that I do, I will put links in the description box, and also I'll put them in a comment. Tons of love, and I really, really look forward to seeing you again for another reading really, really soon. Hey, pile two, welcome. Now, you have the moon and you have the carnelian pendulum. Carnelians speak of perseverance, patience, perseverance. Also kind of like getting to the finish line. And what I keep hearing with this card is to the moon and back. Okay, to the moon and back. So I'm just going to keep that in my mind. We are going to ask for information from my pile two about your 2024 predictions. These two cards are showing themselves already, and that one as well. Let's draw lots of oracle cards for you, see what we are shown, and then we'll dive into your tarot cards. We'll look at some general cards, but we're kind of really going to draw clarifying cards and explore where this reading is taking us to get as much information for you as we can, really, about the coming year. That one speaking to me. In fact, there are two there. You have 3 and 3. How interesting. 3 and 3. And we have planets as well. And let's draw you a spirit animal as well and just see what we are shown. I've got 2 coming out. We're going to go with them both. Okay, so let's dive in, pile 2. Oh wow, to the moon and back, persevere, metamorphosis, butterfly, and falcon breath. Wow. Okay, so I think we are already being shown here that this is a significant year of, I'm just going to call it just transformation at this point in time. But something transforming, emerging, upgrading is what I'm hearing as well. Like a really significant upgrade, maybe to your consciousness, to your ability to see. What I'm also just really feeling, channeling through, is connected to your ability to do this consciously, to be aware, to listen to life, to be aware of life, to consciously manifest, to process, to transform. We have energize, Mars, wow. Action, the drive for, it says confronting things, energizing things, but Mars is an energy that pushes forwards. Wow. I think not only is this going to be a very transformational year for you, but I think you're going to have the energy to push something through, to see it through to the finish line. Compass. How interesting, we have moonlight again. And we also have the card of deep freeze. Okay. Actually, how are we going to do these? Let's put this down here and move our cards around. In fact, bear with me. I'm just going to see. We have discovery, we have release, and we have dissipating. How interesting. This is fascinating. I'm just literally going to arrange the cards There, hopefully you can see everything. Pile 2, I'm seeing you bring something to fruition in some way, shape or form. Now, whatever this is, it may be, if any of you are kind of moonlighting, let's say you are doing your day job and then you're trying to create something alongside it. The thing that you're creating alongside it will come to fruition. It's something, there is something that's going to emerge, I think. It may be around you already, but I think there's something that's going to emerge in 2024 that is really going to fire you up, spark your passion. Now, I think this is going to be quite a big dream, okay? It's something that at some point in the past you would never even have considered it, because it's like a bigger dream than you would have thought possible, and yet something comes along that kind of makes you realize that it's like it wakes you up, literally. Discovery from this deep freeze, from this stationary position. Like, for example, if your life is ticking over nicely, rubbing along nicely, and yet it doesn't feel quite fulfilling. This is something that brings that passion, that spark, that aliveness. It's something that you want to make happen. And I see it here as something that was a bigger dream than you would have once allowed yourself to believe in. Now, it's going to involve a process of sort of systematically learning to trust and believe in yourself. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here as well. So if we think about a year just as a period of time within our own sort of the way that we see linear time in our human perspective, as an overview, this is what I'm feeling these cards are showing me now as an overview, is 2024 will be something where you do feel like you've gone to the moon and back. I think you will achieve something. Something will arrive at a place of culmination, and you will find the drive and energy to do it. But I also think at times you may swing a little bit like a yo-yo. You might want to come back to this reading kind of for an affirmation. If you find yourself swinging a little bit, you might want to bookmark the page, because for me, I find readings very grounding. They're like an anchor point for me when I'm having a bit of a wobble. If I know there's a reading that's actually, and I think, yeah, I remember that in that reading, I come back to it and it gives me an anchor point. Because it's kind of like, right, okay, I can do this, I can stay on track. We'll be drawing a lot more cards in your reading and following this through and looking at your personal life in every possible way. For some of you, this could be your personal life. It's not showing to me clearly whether this overview is to do with your personal world or to do with your working world. What I am seeing is that something comes along that fires you up, it sparks your passion, and it's a bigger dream than you would ever previously have allowed yourself to dream. And you set forth on it, and then there will be times when you feel like maybe your energy is lacking or stuff is happening, and you ease back a bit, and then you kind of think, well, maybe it's not possible. You're sort of swinging a bit like a yo-yo. But ultimately, this is a year of phenomenal opportunity for you to have something or achieve something that is bigger than you would have previously considered even would be doable. I do see this fluctuation a little bit between passion and discovery, and then kind of easing back a bit. What I think I want to voice here as well is, don't give yourself a hard time if you ease back. Remember that life is not a direct line from A to B. From our human-centric perspective, that is how we view our lives, and we look at a calendar year from start to finish, and that's okay. It kind of works for us. But of course, life moves there's an ebb and flow, like the tides, like the oceans. There's a natural ebb and flow, and there will be times to ease off and times to push forwards, times to ease off and kind of dream yourself into, where you're going, versus times to push forward. So there's going to be times to ease and be still and times to plough forwards. I'm really thoughtful of a butterfly as it comes out of its chrysalis state. It doesn't just push through. And if you try to unwrap a butterfly and help it to move forwards more quickly, you'll damage it. So I think your reading is also bringing advice to you. Don't force yourself to do something. Use the lovely energy of passion, of desire, to follow this heeding calling. Let's draw cards and find out, what is this about? Could we have more information really here? Let's draw some tarot cards. What is this about? Can we get some more information? It's a general reading, I know, but may we, for pile 2, get more information about what this is about, that can be brought to fruition, that is so transformational for my pile 2s. I'm going with those. Okay, we have Ace of Wands. Well, dynamite. How interesting though. Look at the imagery that you, not only do you have a pencil, which is kind of drawing a straight line-ish. Okay, it's not completely straight. But then you have a rubber and you have an eraser. A rubber is an eraser. In the UK, we call them rubbers. Okay, so this is a rubber in the UK, and I think it's an eraser in the States. You have a pencil sharpener. What this is telling me is there's going to be times to be making adjustments. This is not going to be a straight line journey. There will be times when you need to make adjustments, course correct, pause to sharpen your pencil, pause to like evaluate, really. So this is not going to be a push, but you have carnelian energy. You're going to be guided with the moon showing up twice. And can you see that there is a little, let me get this card out for you, a little egg, like an egg timer thing here. So divine timing will be supporting you in bringing this to fruition, seeing it through to the finish line. Yeah, there is the spark of something. Yes, and then you have the Magician. Wow. You're going to be able to literally pull things out of a hat when you need them. So if we think of this just as the energy of your world for next year. So pile 2, what I'm seeing totally wholeheartedly, first of all, is that you are going to achieve something. It's not going to be a straight line journey. What I do see here, though, is that there will be times to push forward, times to ease back. But you know what? Every time you need to do something, or you need something to move it forwards, it will happen. The divine timing will click in, and you'll literally be able to pull out of the hat what you need in the moment. Now we then have strength. Yes, absolutely. What a beautiful image. So there's going to be, again, times to, you're going to have the inner reserves to do this. You can grow a garden here. How interesting that we have lavender in the picture here. Lavender is what we call an adaptogen. It's a herb, a plant. And when you use it in any kind of ceremony, it takes the healing to where it needs to go. It's adaptable, it adapts itself. So in many ways it creates a route to something, and we're seeing a kind of a route to something, and there's a gateway. With these two cards together, I swear you are going to get to the finish line of something, whatever it is. The Hierophant. Make a commitment. How fascinating that we have the Hierophant and the High Priestess and the Emperor. Okay, very, very big cards here showing up for you. So, pile 2, transformation, achievement, getting to the end goal, making a commitment, persevering, but also persevering with wisdom and awareness that sometimes you can push forward, sometimes you can ease back. If you feel it's easing back, it's not because you're on the wrong track, it's because you need to either course correct or see something, or there's something more to be discovered, or it needs to be nurtured rather than forced. But you will find, like magic, the answers will come to you. If you're writing, if you've got an idea for a book, we've got not these books here. If any of you have an idea for a book, this is probably the year you're going to write it, and you will get to the finish line. That doesn't mean that it will be a straight line journey. There'll be times when you need to pause, when you need to reflect, you need to discover more in order to take it forwards. But this is really, really, you are 1,000% supported in something, bringing something forth. Let's draw more cards and see, whatever this is. So I'm not seeing an indication of relationship within this as yet. It feels much more as if there is, it does feel like it's a specific something. We're seeing a lot of books here. So I am thinking something of a, I suppose, something that you are creating or you're inventing. Even here, look, we have a wheel, like a tire, and a lion's head. It'll be your crowning glory. Now with the wheel here, this tire, I think that's what it looks like anyway to me, a kind of a tire. It's got a clock in the middle of it. So divine timing, or is it a shield? It's really interesting with this imagery that I'm getting loads of different connections to it. I sort of want to say, you know, there's a saying which says, we don't have to rewrite the wheel. Okay. And what that kind of means is, if it's a bit like if you're creating, let's say you had to create a form, and actually you're better off going out and finding a form that someone else has already created, and then you adapt it. Okay. But I think you're creating something that's really quite unique, and it will be something that other people might then adapt later. So it's almost like a prototype. For some of you, it could be that novel, but for some of you, there could be a prototype of something very unique that's not out there. And other people will then make adaptations of it, perhaps, but you're the primary creator here. Let's draw more cards for you. Okay. We have the Five of Swords, seeing this one, I am seeing this. Just actually want to look on the reverse of the pack. You have the Emperor again. Wow. Now, isn't that fascinating that we've moved here from the card of the Five of Swords, defeat, okay, over here, to the card of the Emperor. This is going to succeed, but I think it's a journey. This is what I want to say to you. Whatever it is, like writing that book, inventing something, there is a journey to be had here. I think the success is coming without any shadow of a doubt. Yeah, we have the King of Swords moving forwards. We have the Nine of Cups, happiness. We have the Ace of Wands again showing up. And then we have the Death and the Rebirth card. Okay, my beautiful souls. So overview of your year, even just energy wise, if you are in a place where you have been, although I've been looking at books and projects and inventions, energy wise, if you're in a place where you've been feeling low, defeated, quite down, a little bit depressed, just your energy levels are low, this is a year that transforms. Yes, there will be some, it's almost like you learn to navigate your world from a place where you are able to manage your own energy. But this is a year of absolute transformation for you. So whether this is an actual something that you're bringing forth, or literally it is just a transformation of your state of being, your state of mind, your state of health, your well-being, this is a year of transformation where you go from feeling really quite flat, quite low, where you've struggled, to a place where you are absolutely, totally, you're kind of there. You're okay, you're confident. So if your confidence has been battered in any way, shape or form, the energy of transformation for 2004 is telling us you will transform. You will move from a place of struggle to a place of being really fundamentally okay. Absolute transformation by the end of the year. This is what we are seeing. And if you do find yourself swinging like a yo-yo a little bit, or things as you move forwards, because I'm seeing this as well, there is a particular flow of energy with you that isn't just fast forward. It's moving forwards a little bit, then easing back a bit. It's going to need nurture. So if in the easing back, if you have been struggling at all, you know, do bookmark this reading and come back to it to kind of remind yourself of this ebb and flow of motion. And also, I would say, do also check out my library. I have a free online library. If you're new to my channel, I worked as a psychotherapist for a long time. I have a free online library, and there's loads and loads of resources there, meditations, emotional meditations to assist you, a ton of information that may be valuable if you do suffer from any kind of anxiety or depression and that kind of stuff. So do check it out. I always put all the links in the description box that might be of value to you, so just scroll down and check that out. But this is your year energetically. For some of you, this is about your actual sort of self and how you feel about yourselves. For others, it's something very specific in your world that you're going to kind of manifest, but ultimately the manifestation is you. So how amazing, how amazing. Now I think what I'm going to do is move these cards, and then we will take out, we will take out more cards. We'll draw more cards. I'm going to ask about sort of career and money very specifically for you. And then I'm going to ask about, we'll draw more cards again, and we'll just ask about kind of your personal life, relationships, relationships, home, family, possessions, all the stuff that's kind of very immediately personal in your world. Just put all these cards back in and give them a good shuffle before we draw more for you. Yeah, to the moon and back. Wow. That saying, isn't it, is I love you to the moon and back. I think that is how that saying goes. I love you to the moon and back. But it sort of, for me, has that sense of, of longevity. I love you to the moon and back. Whatever this is, you're going to, I sort of feel you're going to be revived in some way, which just feels lovely. Okay, pile 2. Let's move to very specifically asking about career, money, finances. Any kind of area, anything to do with this kind of area of your world. For some of you that may have been relevant, but we're very specifically asking about finances. Your first card, we have the Hanged Man. Sing this one as well. 7 of Cups, lovely. Lots and lots of different areas of your world expanding. 4 of Wands, fabulous. Right, I think career, money, finances, this is kind of following on a little bit from what we just saw. I don't think career, money, finances, that your income and your resources are going to come from just one place. I think they're going to come from more than one avenue. So for example, if you are doing a day job, that is bringing you a stream of income, but maybe whatever you're working on as well will bring you in a different stream of income. I'm seeing resources coming to you from more than one area. And with the Hanged Man, we've got a card of celebration here. I think with the Hanged Man, we're getting that same energy of this ebb and flow again. It may not move forwards, your finances may not move forwards fast, but it's almost as if there's an accumulative sense of stuff happening here. That ebb and flow, as you move something forwards, you invest in it, or you invest in different things. We're seeing a culmination back to our 2 emperors that were showing up here. So I think money, careers, finances, you're being again asked to stay to the finish line, have patience, persevere, because whatever you invest in, it's going to build, it's going to accumulate, and you'll get to that point when you're on really, really solid ground, when you're celebrating literally those previous cards we were looking at, that flow of energy from start of the year to the end of the year. But work is involved, and so perseverance, patience is really important here. Let's ask for more information about career, money, finances. You have the card of Strength, which came out before. You have the Ace of Cups. Right, do what you love, the Hierophant. Commit to what you love. Those cards were kind of relevant that we looked at before. I thought they probably would be, because for some of you, even though it's an overview, obviously it's giving you an indication of things. So make a commitment to something that you love and kind of follow it through, persevere with it. I think this is amazing, the card of strength. Can you see that you have the wolf and the moon? And of course, this was your card to start with, the wolf and the moon, to the moon and back again. And what do we see here? There's a butterfly. You know, this is, you just could not, you couldn't write this stuff really, could you? So persevere, be patient, let something emerge organically, let it grow organically here. Just make a commitment to whatever it is that you really want to happen, career-wise, money-wise, whatever that is, make a commitment to it and stick at it, persevere, because it's going to come through. The High Priestess again. Yeah. Whatever you need will be shown to you and gifted to you whenever you need it. It's like this whole year for you is like a gateway. It's a gateway to a new beginning. It's a gateway of transformation where you can breathe more easily, feel better about everything. Okay, my pile 2. So this is really, really beautiful. Follow your heart. Do what you love. Persevere, keep going. This is it's like an entire year. I'm seeing this constantly being reflected here in this reading from, you know, start to finish. It is almost like a complete cycle of an evolutionary cycle of manifestation in some way. Career, money, finances, absolutely. I see income streams coming from more than one area, so I'm potentially seeing you invest or getting money come to you from more than one area to enable you to succeed. But yeah, commit to what you want to do, that project, that idea, and just gently persevere with a recognition that sometimes you'll need to ease off. The message is such an affirmation of what we've seen so far. Let's ask about personal life for you. This is very clear. Let's ask about your personal life. So let's see what is happening in the personal life of my beautiful pile 2s. Let's put these back into the pack and give a good shuffle, and we will ask what is happening, my beautiful pile 2s. In your relationships, your friendships, your home, family world, all of this area. May we please have guidance and information for my pile 2s about their personal world, their personal lives. May we ask for pile 2, information for pile 2 please, about their personal life, their relationships. Okay, we're going to see this one and this one, and I'm also seeing this one. I'm actually going to take all of these as well. That's just 2. I thought there were more. How interesting. Hearing more? Yes, lovely. Okay, so we have 9 of Wands. Okay. 9 of, 2 9s. So we have 9 of Wands. We have 9 of Swords. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 2 of Cups. Lovely. We have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Okay. Let's get these here. Yes, I can, just about. Well, my beautiful pile 2s, this is really, really interesting. I'm seeing you being quite heavily committed during this year to things, quite a lot of demands on your time, which is interesting. If we go back to that overall flow of energy and also your work, career, money, finances, it may be that when there are times when you have to ease off because there are demands on your time from family, from connections around you, family, home, friendships, community groups. I think there will be at times quite a busy life, quite a full life in your personal world, but people needing things from you. What I also think is really interesting is part of what you're going to learn through this is to develop your own boundaries in a way that will prioritize probably your primary relationship. If you're single, I think there's highly likely to be a primary relationship, actually. So if you're single and looking for love, I think love may well come in to your world, and you'll have to kind of almost like carve out time to be with that person, because I think your world is looking pretty busy. But you can carve out time and make this possible. Yeah, I'm sort of seeing two layers of your personal world. I'm seeing, yeah, your intimate relationship, and seeing something definitely happening here. So if it's an existing relationship, it's carving out time to make sure that you keep it sacred. You keep that space for yourselves. If you're single, I think someone new is coming in, and I think this is very supportive in many ways. This anchor point of an intimate one-on-one relationship. I mean, I guess if you're single and wish to be single, it could be a deep, deep, deep friendship. But I'm seeing a connection with somebody which has an intimacy around it, where you kind of carve out time, and it enables you to come away and just chill, to be yourselves, just to stop and enjoy. And then there's this other stuff, busy, 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 busy. People wanting your time. How do you manage to juggle this, that and the other? People coming and asking you for information, for support, for help. I feel like your personal life is going to be very busy indeed, and yet there is this lovely energy here around an intimate relationship that offers you and supports you in carving out time and maintaining boundaries. It feels like a pocket that is like this little treasure going on here. In many ways, this is what enables you to handle all of this, which looks to me to just be very busy. Lots of demands made upon you. And yeah, it does. This reinforces the overall energy flow that we saw in the first part of your reading, and even the career, money, finances, where we were seeing choices being made available to you, income coming from different sources, and but seeing something through to the finish line. Throughout this reading, we've seen that ebb and flow of energy, and I think the ebb and flow of energy is there because it's a busy world. It's full on. There are significant opportunities for you to transform. Part of that transformation, aside from bringing something forth, is also to navigate a lot of demands that are made upon you. And I think you get help. I think you have the help of a partner, like a partner in crime, who is totally supportive of your busy world. It's like these cards are underpinning this row here. Yeah, so in a very busy world, you have somebody here who is 1000% with you, supporting you to uphold, loving you, supporting you to uphold all of this, but also to carve out time to cut through what you do need to carry and what you don't need to carry. I think I'm seeing that you are genuinely a really, really supportive, giving person who will naturally give to others. And in doing so, what happens is that people come to you, they rely upon you, they want your support, family, friends, community. Wonderful. It's wonderful, but you do need to be looking after you as well. Can you see in this card here, the Five of Pentacles? On this one here, we have the five-pointed star. This is the Venus star. I think what enables you to sort of stand your ground, to hold your boundaries, to think about what you're carrying and what you don't, what you do want to carry, what you don't, all comes back down to this connection at the bottom here. There is definitely a key person for you this year. Could be your partner, could be a new partner, could be a close friend or ally, but somebody really assists you in navigating what looks to me to be an incredibly fruitful and productive year, but very busy, full on, with a need to navigate that ebb and flow of energy, to know when to move forwards, when to ease back, not to lose faith, not to lose sight of the end goal or whatever it is that you're wanting to bring forth, because you are going to bring it forth, or certainly the energy here is suggesting that you can. But what I do see is lots of demands made upon you outside of your working world, and of you having to learn to navigate those, and within your working world also of you needing to recognize that it's not just an A to B straight line, that there's an ebb and flow of energy, and sometimes, but what you need, you'll always pull it out of the hat. What you need will come to you at exactly the right moment. So really worth kind of remembering that and not over worrying about things or feeling like you're not going to achieve. Take time out. You're going to be supported in this anyway. There's somebody here absolutely with you, 1000%. I love that in these two cards, we have the Two of Cups and we have the Knight of Cups. I love here that we have, you know, the two cups ready to be filled. And then we have the Knight of Cups here with the teapots, two teapots ready to fill up these cups. So I feel you're going to have a very replenishing, invigorating relationship. This is an existing one or it's a brand new one, but someone is coming in who is really going to be your rock, your anchor point, your support, and they will help you, they will top up your energy reserves. And I'm not seeing it also, I'm seeing it in very equal terms. I think you'll top them up as much as they top up you, actually. But there is something about the carving out of time here that sort of makes all of this and the previous layers of the reading completely possible. Pile 2, I think this is your reading. I think we have explored enough, really. Do bookmark the page if you want to come back to this, because it may be helpful to you if you're having one of those ebb and flow moments where it's an ebb rather than a flow. If you have any kind of wobble or you're feeling overloaded, come back and touch base, because it's always valuable. I find it valuable. This is my experience. It may not be yours, but it's certainly mine, to come back and have that anchor point and just remind myself actually that I can do this. Though in many ways, I think this person will be that anchor point for you. Pile 2, a busy world, phenomenal energy, huge transformation for you. To the moon and back. Yeah, I love you to the moon and back, coming through again here. Pile 2, tons of love. So I'm going to put all the, as I mentioned earlier, all the links to anything and everything that I do that may be valuable to you in the description box, and I'll put them in a comment as well. And to the moon and back, if you're interested in manifesting with the moon, that's one of my passions, and you're interested in really learning how to do this, how to align with the moon cycles, because the moon is very present in your reading. Do check out my Manifest with the Moon also manifestation diary, because it does, the moon diary will, the Astro-Moon diary will give you kind of, there's instructions at the beginning, and then, you know, it's a tool to help you to manifest with the moon, literally to align your energy, to know when to move forwards, when to ease back, and to learn how the moon cycles affect you. So it's there as a tool. Do check it out if that's something you want to do. I am sending you all the love in the world, beautiful souls. So tons of love to you. And have an amazing 2024. A seriously amazing, very busy, albeit, but an amazing 2024. Pile 2, I will be posting other readings through Christmas and New Year, so keep a lookout for those. And yeah, tons and tons and tons of love. See you again soon for another reading. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. I am so excited to be looking at the year of 2024 with you. So we're going to just draw a ton of cards, follow through, clarify, probably check out different areas of your world, because that's what seems to be emerging in these readings so far. So you have the card of the Star, and you also have this beautiful rose quartz pendulum. I'm already feeling like there's a sense of you returning to a place of peacefulness, finding peace, almost a place of innocence, like resetting your compass, your North Star, as if maybe you have been through some kind of trials and tribulations, and as if you reset your compass, you come home to yourself in some way. Feels like a new start, a fresh start is what I'm hearing as well coming through. Let's draw cards and see what we're shown. Definitely hearing that fresh start. May we have cards for my beautiful pile 3, please. We are asking about 2024. May we ask about 2024 for my beautiful pile 3. I am actually seeing these 2. Oh, we have 3. I'm going to go with all of those. If that's what's showing up for you, then that is what we are checking in with. And there is this card for you. I'm hearing another, yes. Love it when they just rock up like this. It's wonderful. There we have more information, please, for my beautiful pile 3s. I'm actually seeing this one. And that one. Okay, so you have your beliefs, what you value, your resources, your second house. I'm seeing a nice pot of gold here. Okay. Patiently, what you want and you getting what you need. Okay. Returning to peace. This is really coming through very strongly. Oh, beautiful giraffe heart. How interesting. This card did come out, as did this card. I think it was pile 1. So if you've been drawn to pile 1, there may be information there for you as well. Okay. This is taking me to where I've just, exactly what I've just been speaking of, that you've been through some form of trial or tribulation. I feel like you've been through sort of potentially quite a lot. Perhaps 2023, really, there was really a few storm clouds, like hurricanes. I think things that came into your world unexpectedly, actually. I think stuff showed up out of the blue that you just did not see coming. Just when you thought you were on solid ground, you thought you were settled, you thought you knew what you were doing, and along came something that just, like a tornado, literally. And I think it knocked your stability, your belief and your trust and your faith in life. Now, we are now looking ahead. You're going to get what you want. It's interesting, get what you want and get what you need. Sometimes we get what we need rather than what we want, but let's have a look and see what else we have. Yeah, flying, wizard of awareness and talisman. Wow. Okay, so serious cards showing up for you here. Let's move these over here first off. Wow. Wow, 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 and more wow. So this is where you've come from. This is what 2023, definitely, whether it was one storm field or more than one, I honestly think you were at times probably struggling to feel like your head could get above water. But what we're being shown here is, curiously enough, there has been a purpose to this, okay? We have the card of impatience and of joy, okay? Now, you may have felt that 2023 was unbelievably, like, seriously, you know when you just wake up sometimes, I think, and you get up and you think, oh, come on, universe, you know, what are you playing at? It's like another situation, another circumstance. Just when I get my head above water, I think I'm on an even keel. I think I know where I'm going, and something else rocks up and you just think, really? You know, because I think we do have days like that sometimes. But what we're being shown here is there's been a really much bigger picture going on here. So even though it will have stretched your patience to the limit, and you will honestly have wondered if you could ever touch your goals or get to your goals, it's almost like however hard you tried, however much you tried to pick yourself up, climb up from something, yet another thing pops up that pushes the thing you want just that little bit further away, or that's what it felt like. Now, what this reading is saying is you were kind of getting, okay, you didn't necessarily in 2023 get what you wanted, but you probably got what you needed because there was a bigger picture. It hasn't felt like it, and I fully acknowledge that. 2024 is bringing you what you want. You're going to see that there's been a bigger picture. I think you're going to find a lot of things click into place. And you'll suddenly realise, gosh, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have met that person. Or if this situation hadn't occurred, well, that then couldn't possibly have happened. And it's like this sort of, this is what I'm seeing. You'll suddenly become aware of the fact that there was a really much, much, much bigger picture. And the things that are coming to you are going to be so joyful. Returning your faith. It's like you re-find your trust, your faith. I'm not saying you have entirely lost it in any way, shape or form. I wouldn't suggest that. But if your faith, if 2023, let's say it could have tested your faith. 2024, you re-find it. You become aware that there has been so much bigger a picture. So much bigger a picture all along. Okay, you couldn't see it. You experienced the storm fields and the future just looked as if it was shrouded in mist, in haze. But the pathway was actually being lit for you. You have been guided actually because certain things needed to happen for you to get to a certain place or meet a certain person or acquire a certain skill. And this is the year when this becomes, you become fully aware of the journey and almost why things happened. And it gives you a profound connectedness to being on track, to your North Star, to your trust, to your faith, to love in its purity. Now I'm seeing by the end of the year you're going to be flying, soaring, flying, overjoyed, ecstatically joyful. So let's ask for more cards. Let's ask for more information. Your first part of the reading is almost affirming you that 2023 is not going to repeat itself. I think that feels pretty cool. Pretty cool. And you've kind of done the work to get to where you are now. May we please have information for my beautiful pile threes? May I have information for my beautiful pile threes for the year of 2024? We'll go with that one. See what we see. We have. Yeah, look at this Page of Swords. Can you see yourself climbing up the mountain? It's like you're climbing out of where you've come from. The energy is shifting. The energy is changing. Queen of Coins. Yeah, this is now, whereas you may have really struggled, I think you're going from a place of 2023 where it's almost like you suddenly work, you put some savings in the bank kind of thing, and then something else goes wrong and out come your savings and you've got to pay for it. No matter how hard you tried, you never felt you were quite getting to where you needed to be. This is where the rewards start coming in here. You're climbing out, and look, yes, you are climbing. Can you see yourself climbing this ladder? Okay, yeah. How interesting. Five of Cups and the King of Cups. Some of you last year, I think, may have experienced a really significant disappointment, something that felt really heartbreaking. And I'm sorry it happened. Really sorry it happened. But this is the year when even that, you'll find it, you can see it had its place. It was a point of the journey that was needed in order for you to move forwards. Yeah, Seven of Coins. You'll really recognise, do you know there were some bridges that had to be burned? Interestingly enough, for your future happiness, your future joy, there was either a circumstance or a situation or a person that had to be let go of. I'm kind of feeling like there was betrayal, really. And I think it caused you a lot of heartache, also a lot of anger, really. But you know, that area, it did have to happen because somehow, as long as you still had the energy of that around you, you were never free to really climb. It's kind of like if you're in trying to think of a good circumstance to describe for you, but if you're living in a toxic environment, however much you hold light, the energy of that is going to erode, it's going to wear you down. If you've got a really strong connection with somebody who's very toxic and you feel like you don't quite want to cut that cord because you don't want to hurt them or upset them, or you deeply care about them, even if they're in a very toxic place. And something happened that caused you to have to, I think caused you a lot of heartache, but it was absolutely necessary, because as long as you kept them there in your world, or the circumstance or the situation, whatever it is for you, the toxicity of that, the connectedness to it, was always holding you back. It was always clinging. It was energetically always keeping everything that you really desire slightly out of reach. You needed to let go of that. And it probably did arrive in the form of a storm cloud or a storm field in quite a stormy way. But it had to remove itself, because something really good couldn't come into you as long as that remained. So you're going to really see the bigger picture. You may already be seeing it. The point is, your energy is clean, clear and free of this to now move forwards. And I am seeing you in 2024 climbing a ladder that takes you completely over, above and beyond the labyrinth that you felt that you were in before. We see this beautiful, colourful, rainbow coloured, going to say it's a unicorn. I think it is a unicorn. This little horn is almost shrouded in the cloud. But how beautiful is this? Flying over and above those difficulties. Cherry blossom we're seeing. So spring, a new dawn. And probably this will, I'm here in the Northern Hemisphere, but this is indicating to me early in the year. You're going to be flying early in the year. You don't have to wait till the end of the year to get there. Let us draw some more cards for a bit more information about the overview, then we'll dive into some specifics. Ooh, that's a lot of cards. I think this is too many, but no, do you know what? Let's just do it. Let's go with it. The way they just slid out, they wish to be seen. We've got to respond. Yeah, look at this 5 of Cups again. Okay. 5 of Cups, 5 of Cups. We're really seeing that heartbreak, that disappointment. Now, Prince of Wands. Beautiful. Moving forwards, finding your power. This actually had to happen because you had to sort of discover within yourself your own source of power and your own right to choose. You're leaving this behind you with the 10 of Swords. 2 of Wands, you have mastered. I think you either have mastered or you are mastering this in terms of your own feelings. When something really gets you down and it lingers and you keep going back and back to it and it's holding you back, you master this, you move away from it, you let it go, you're free of this, you're absolutely free of it. 10 of Pentacles. And because you're free of it, everything emerges. Look at this. 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, the Hierophant, King of Pentacles. Stunning. Stunning, stunning energy. This is happening fast for you. Pile 3, you are not having to wait to the end of the year to arrive at this point of flying. This is happening fast. This feels like it's the new year. The new year is happening. You're now going to start to get what you want. The disappointment is behind you. Your energy is rising. You see it clearly. You're making a commitment to the future. If you had a heartbreaking relationship that broke down, a new love is coming into your life. If it was a friendship, a new friendship. If it was the breakdown in a work situation, you're going to be working with people you love. Whatever that disappointment was about, we're seeing the new coming in. You can make a commitment to this and it will grow. And it really will grow, King of Pentacles, and it's going to grow solidly. We're not talking about a short-term joy, we're talking about a long-term joy. Your reading is indicating that this turnaround from 2023 is happening very quickly. I think you're already really in the process of this. And as 2024 emerges, you're really on solid ground here. The past is behind you, you know it's behind you, you start to fly and your world unfolds and builds. I'm seeing real solid building, a long-term future that is so different to the one that you would have had you remained in the situation or in the circumstances or with the person that disappointed you. So even though it was heartbreaking, this is transformational, this is moving forwards, and for you guys it's fast. So I'm going to move these cards away and we're going to draw more cards, a whole new set of cards. And we're going to kind of ask about career, money, finances, I think, and then dive into your personal world. So kind of like your external working world and then your personal world. So let's put these back into the pack, as we do in different places. I always find it amazing. I had a wonderful situation the other day. I was literally with a friend. When I read, because it was a friend and we were having an evening together, and then very spontaneously I offered to draw cards for her as she was having a dilemma. But I had indulged in a considerable amount of Prosecco at that point in the evening, so I would never drink and read normally, but it was just a chilling out friends. And I drew her first, she drew her first cards, and I wasn't connecting with them, largely I suspect because of Prosecco. I put them back in the pack just as I've done this, tucked in the way that we always do when we put cards back in, so we know that they're not going to, fall out in the same order again. And I then drew them again, and we got absolutely the exact same cards after that. I put them all back in like this. She shuffled again, drew them all out, the identical cards, and I thought, yeah, what a wonderful, this one stays the star. I thought, what a wonderful lesson in trust, even after Prosecco. So anyway, just thought I would share that with you because it tickled me at the time. It made me giggle quite a lot, and it was very good for her as well, I think, in terms of trusting what we're shown. So yeah, magical moments really there. Now let's get focused. So we have shuffled cards and we've put them back in the right way. So let us look about career, money, finances, this element, health, wealth, possessions, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, career, money, finances. Let's find out for my pile 3 how this is emerging for you this year. Career, money, finances for my beautiful pile 3s, please. There we have information for my pile 3s. Okay, 6 of Cups. Wow, beautiful. I'm seeing you gifted with something here, an offer of something. 3 of Swords. Okay, how interesting. And we have this thing in the shadows, this person in the shadows. I think you're going to be offered something. You may have a tiny little bit of a wobble when you're offered it. I think this is a residue of what happened last year, or say I'm doing this reading in 2023, so in fact it's this year at this present time, but so I think this is a residue. Your wobble in response to what you're being gifted is to do with what happened before, but this is different. But yeah, it's almost like a shadow from the past. Just be conscious of that, my beautiful souls, because this is a genuine offer. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Coins here. You can weigh it up, look at it thoughtfully, and then move forwards. This is the best way of doing it. Weigh it up, look at it practically, reassure yourself. Your wobble, this is a genuine offer. Now, career, money, finances. So it could be a gift from someone offering you some resources, wanting to back you. It could be a new job or a promotion, whatever it is. Career, money, finances. Something is being offered to you. I think you wobble simply because of where you've come from, because of what's previously happened, that betrayal that we spoke of. This is a genuine offer. It really, really is. So balance things. Look at it from a balanced perspective. Get yourself back in alignment, and then I want to say, and then go for it. Realign yourself, rebalance yourself. Of course you're having a wobble, it's understandable. You've been through something really shitty. That's a fair comment. Realign yourself, rebalance yourself, and then crack on with it. Look at the two horses meeting. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. You're going to fly with this, okay? May we have more information, please? Oh, you deserve this. This is a break, a lucky break. You deserve this break. You really, really do. This is something you deserve. It's something you've worked for. You seriously deserve it. Yes, Five of Swords. You can finally put down that feeling of never getting anywhere. We have more information about this from my lovely pile threes. Yes, Judgment. Look at this, Justice and Judgment. Wow. So evaluate. Do you know what I'm also going to say to you? This is going to open things up for you, this offer, this potential, this possibility. Yeah, look at that, opening it up. You've got the World. It will remove, yeah, with Five of Wands. I was going to say it's going to really address what happened previously and really show you, really again return your faith, your hope. So this is coming through in a career, money, financial area of your life, just what we have already been talking about, that energetic change and shift as you come into the year of 2024. Now I kind of want to say this is potentially really, really successful. There's a really successful outcome. You might have more than one choice. Five of Wands here, competition. There may be more than one offer that you're needing to weigh up. Maybe more than one job offer or more than one opportunity here. But don't panic about making the wrong choice here. Feel your way through this. You're going to be, let's draw some tea leaves for you about this. Let's just cut. Because I'm seeing the potential for decisions around it. So you could, for some of you, there is an opening, and the dilemma around you, the competition within you, as it were, the debate, goes back to what's happened. Will it be safe? Can I trust? Is this going to be okay? Will it come to fruition? All that kind of stuff. And there's a real affirmation here that this is really amazing. This is really a good opportunity, and this is coming early in 2024. Now, if you have more than one choice available to you, which is a possibility for some of you, and then you wobble about which one to take, and the wobble comes from what's happened. Am I going to make the right decision? Will I make the wrong choice? Let's just see what we are shown here. Feeling that this here and this are appropriate, and also those two as well. So we have Seahorse, family matters, compliments from an admirer. Okay. We have angels, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. March and forest, muddled, unclear thinking. Okay, right. I want to say with family matters, this is a scenario where I truly, truly think it will be really important for you to not talk career, money, finances. Don't talk to too many different people about this, because this could be one of those scenarios when if you talk to 6 different people, you'll get 6 different answers, because they'll all tell you what they would do if they were in your situation. I think you do need to, if you're having to make a choice, if something shows up and there's more than one option, okay, and people will be coming in and saying, look, you're amazing, we want you to work with us. Take your time. You know, if you're having muddled or unclear thinking, just take your time. I did say I thought early in the year, March time we're looking at here. You're also being protected from harm. So I think there is an opportunity. Let's say you were offered a new job and there are contracts to be signed, for example. You're probably not going to be signing those contracts until March. There's ample time for you to take your time, weigh things up, and kind of just look at the details, really. As long as you approach this in a leveled and grounded way, with a solid sense of your own deservedness, because you do deserve this, you've worked your socks off to get here, I think this is going to really, really enable you to flourish, seriously flourish. But I am seeing some decision needing to be made, an offer being made to you and a decision to be made about it early in the year as your energy is changing and rising, and that you may be a little confused. I think all of the confusion comes from what happened previously. There's concern and within you, that sort of debate in your head that says, actually, can I really dare to trust this? There is a really good opportunity coming in. I don't think there's a wrong opportunity. I think every opportunity is a good one. It's much more about extending your own ability to choose and be comfortable with what you choose. I'm kind of hearing there's no wrong or right way here. Either way, whatever choice you make, it's going to flourish. I sort of feel the energy around you is such that you're going to flourish irrespective, and it's going to benefit you irrespective. Yes, look at this. I wanted a confirmation. We have Knight of Coins. Beautiful. This will emerge. Whatever choice you make, you really are in a win-win scenario, because your energy has shifted and something that was actually very toxic is now out of the way. Whatever choice you make financially, it's going to be a win-win. It's going to build, it's going to take on its lovely steady growth. All of the worry and the confusion here I'm seeing for you is purely down to history and what's happened. It's not about where you are now. So don't try not to go over and over it. I said in pile 2, you know, if you have a wobble, bookmark this page or something and come back to it. Because I don't know about you guys, but for me, a reading is a really grounding experience. It's like an anchor point, and if I have a reading for a big period of time, I find it quite helpful to go back to it if I have a wobble, because it kind of anchors me and reminds me that this is to do with the past. So do check that out if that's, you know, do that if that's helpful to you. I think I'm going to move to your personal life. I think I personally am feeling very confident that you can't really make a wrong choice here. Follow your heart. That's what your reading is saying. Just follow your heart and you can't go wrong. If your heart, remember, it's your mind that plays tricks on you. It's your mind that will tie you in knots and do all the what ifs, and this could go wrong and that could go wrong and that could happen again. That's your mind reflecting or engaging with the past. Follow your heart and you cannot go wrong here. Let's put these cards away and dive straight into personal. Let's dive into your personal world, intimacy, relationships, love, partners, family. Let's see what happens and what we are shown for 2024 for you, my beautiful pile 3s. Okay, messing all your base cards up, but that's cool. They can be straightened out a little bit. It's quite interesting, things being muddled and then straightened out. Wonder what that is telling us. Okay, may we please have information for pile 3 about their personal life, intimacy, love, relationships, home, family, all the personal stuff. Can we have an indication of what this is going to be like in 2024, please? May we have information for 2024 for my pile 3's personal life. Lovely, let's have a look at these for you. Okay, so Page of Coins. This looks very joyous and very beautiful. 8 of Cups, we see you leaving something behind here, which we've already established in the other part of your reading, and really moving to a very new and bright future. Wow. Climbing that ladder again. Okay, I think you might find that this is very interesting. I feel like there's a healing taking place. I sort of feel within intimacy, I'm seeing you moving away from whatever was going on in some sort of toxicity way and the impact of that. My apologies, my computer's pinging up. Isn't that interesting? That's an interruption. Da-da-da, just pops up into the zone when I was least expecting it. Right. I want to say that I think there's going to be an opportunity for you in intimacy to move away from a sense of isolation with the Eight of Swords here. And I think it will come unexpectedly, out of the blue. I think you know where you want to be going, relationship-wise. I think in your personal life, you actually have a very clear vision of what you really, really desire and what you really want. You know what you want. But I don't think you're there yet, actually. I mean, to be fair, that's probably a statement that we can make about most of us. But I think for you, you have had a very, very clear long-term vision of what you wanted to be working for or were working towards. And you haven't yet achieved it. I think something is going to come when you least expect it. Something's going to come and offer you kind of a way out of a place where you have felt like, again, it's the star energy, the faith energy, something coming in that offers you an opportunity to get back on track with this. I think you're feeling a little bit prickly, a bit vulnerable about starting afresh. So if for some of you, you've had the ending of a relationship, you may be starting afresh and feeling vulnerable. If you're in an existing partnership, you may both be feeling quite vulnerable about having a new start in some area of your life. But I think there is literally an opportunity being given to you to get you back on track, to get you back into that space of a long-term vision, to realign you with your goals or your deep, it's not really a goal, doesn't feel like the right word, but to realign you with what you really want in your personal life, the shape of your personal life, the castle of your dreams kind of thing. Let's draw more cards for you. May we please ask? Justice, yes, this is really coming through, this energy of justice for you, of evaluating, of seeing what works, what doesn't work, choices being made available to you. Ooh, your cards are flying out. I think we will take those two as well. Okay, so justice. Yep, we have the Hermit. Okay. If any of you have been coming through any kind of divorce or separation, something like that, it's a general reading, so you need to take the messages as they come for you. But yeah, if anyone has been coming through a divorce or a separation or anything legal, it will get sorted, which frees you and frees your energy to move forwards. But it is interesting. I sort of feel like out of the blue, maybe if you, like, let's say, for example, you've come through a divorce and you are single and you think, do you know what, I'm just fine. I'm just going to be single. That's cool. I don't really want to move this forwards anywhere. Something's coming that is going to realign you with your longer term vision. Give you that direction. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. Change. You're going to be able to literally, with the Devil, release the fears that have been holding you back. Part of your journey, I think, as we move into 2024 is to really see that there was a bigger picture, that actually you could never have got to the dream that you wish to create, that you can now build. You'd never have been able to climb that ladder of true success if those things hadn't happened. But it has been a tough call for you. I can really see that. Things are coming back into balance. I think there'll be an outcome that is, kind of want to say, favourable for all, good enough, you know, that's going to enable you to move forwards. And just as you may have thought, you know what, I will just sit with this on my own, up comes along another opportunity. If you're in an existing relationship, there is opportunity for you to move forwards together in some way. Something can be established in a new way. You're not held back again by anything. Yeah, Ten of Swords. I'm seeing things come to an end. Yeah, Five of Swords and the Prince of Wands. What I'm going to say here as well is, and this is coming through really strongly, in your personal world, you have a choice, okay? You're going to be making choices that are to do with kind of discernment, not clinging to things that don't serve you anymore. I feel like you're being presented probably really early in the year, because you're in this transitionary space already. This isn't new to you. You're in the transitionary space of transformation. You are already, the wheel is already turning for you, pile 3. This is not at the end of the year, this is now. I feel like your whole world is in transition for the better. Cutting cords that tie you, letting go of layers of things that no longer serve, letting go of people, having to face up to things that didn't work, but learning and growing from it and choosing how you're going to do it differently. This is your energy. So I feel with relationships, let's just use that focus first. Any area of relationship that you have felt has not worked out, you're in a position to learn from it and to do it differently, and this opens up your future here. And this is any area. This can be community, friendship, family even. You're really working out how to do this in a way that doesn't tie you in knots or doesn't put you in a position where you are repeating patterns. This is changing in all of your relationships, and as a consequence you're very much liberated from any element within relationship that used to defeat you or hold you back or limit your horizons. I'm going to draw more cards for you and just see in your personal world how this is then emerging, because I'm just seeing this phenomenal position of transition, and I do feel you're in it right now, and we're moving into the beginning of the year. We had the card of March show up, so I sort of feel like the rest of your year is potentially significantly joyous and plain sailing. So yeah, the Tower, things are changing. This is life-changing stuff. We have the Queen of Coins. How magnificent. Okay, we have the Death. Wow, you've got the Tower and the Death card. This is, you are on the verge of, pile 3, like a whole new life. To have and to hold, I'm hearing with her holding this coin. You are in a position where truly, honestly, the level of transformation for you this year, what can soar, rocket, move on, rebuild, have what you want, get what you need, is beyond that you would have potentially believed possible. How interesting. I mean, I really do feel that. And something is revealed to you here with the Death card. Perhaps you actually, it may be that you face your own fears and you overcome them for some of you. But it may also be, you see, that maybe you, I think maybe relationship-wise, yes, this is coming through clearly now, your message. I think relationship-wise, you start to see people for who they are. And it renews your faith. There's definitely a renewed trust, a renewed faith, a transformation, a rebirth. Whether this is an existing relationship that takes on a new honesty, or it's a new relationship that has honesty, or a new friendship, or connecting to a new community that are very real, I think you lose your fears around this area of connection with people. And that's transformed because the energy is shifting, and you're seeing that there is a bigger picture here. You're recognizing that even stuff that happened that was really harsh and difficult happened with purpose. Queen of Wands. And it puts you in a position of significant empowerment. It really, really does, pile 3. Yeah, Ten of Swords. How interesting. I think you are literally going to, I feel like you're going to feel like you're being saved from drowning. Look at the opposites of energy, the polarities here. Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands. She's paddling her boat and this person is kind of drowning, but there's somebody here as well. Yeah. I do feel that this space of conflict around revealing yourself. Yes, being able to be you. I don't think you've ever felt, whether you are in a long-term relationship or you are in single and looking for a new one because there's been a breakup or a separation, or maybe you've been single for a while, but I do feel there is something, even within your friendships, your relationships generally, I don't feel like you've ever felt like you could be yourself. And this is the real life transformational element to your personal life. For the first time in your life, you're hanging out with either someone or people, or your existing relationships are upgrading to the point where you can be you. You'll probably leave behind people who you can't be you with, but I think this is life transforming, really, really life changing for you. You can finally just be you, and loved for who you are, and accepted for who you are, and appreciated for who you are. And everything changes from that position. So whether it is someone new coming into your life who makes this possible, but your whole world next year, pile 3, is to do with refinding hope, faith, trust, seeing that there is and always has been a bigger picture, recognizing that what you have, when you get to all the things that you can have, are happening because of what happened before and couldn't have happened otherwise. This is unbelievably transformational, your year next year, pile 3. It really is extraordinary. And I love that you can be you, seen for who you are, the truth of who you are, the goodness of who you are. Perhaps somebody's painted you in a bad light, and then someone comes along and says, well, that's not how I see you. You know, I don't see you in a bad light. I see you as being amazing. I really want to know you. I want to discover you. Or even a partnership. If it's an existing relationship, that person comes along and says, actually, you know, I can see I've had a sort of a perspective of you, and actually that's, you know, I want to know more of you. I can see that's not all that who you are. There's a real transformation here. This is what your world is about. It's about you flying, having joy, in really all of your areas of your world. It's not just one part of your world, it's the whole of your world, actually, pile 3. This whole flavour is coming through, getting what you want and getting what you need. And this massive transformation that I think you're already in kind of emerges, evolves, opens up. And I think by around March time, you're then going to really see the full-on rewards of being authentically you and being able to receive without fear of the past repeating. Pile 3, this is your reading. Do touch base through the year, and I will be posting other readings between now and the New Year's, so do keep a lookout for those. If you want to get notification of all of my readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, you should get them coming into your stream. Or if not, just check out the Moon Magic Weekly Tarot channel. Click on videos, you'll see the most recently uploaded ones, and of course you can scroll back and check out any previous ones if you just need an anchor point at any time. I will put all the links to the different things that I do, to my moon diary, my moon journal, my oracle cards, all the things that I do will be in the description box, and my free online library too. Check all those things out if that might be of value to you. I'll also put them in a comment. Tons of love. Have an amazing 2024, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading really, really, really soon.